When we talk about power and sophistication, nothing can ever come close to what the military has done with its off-road vehicles. With its ruggedness, perfection, and its dangerous maneuvers, let's take a look at the world's most powerful military vehicles, beginning with your one and only Iveco VM90. The Iveco VM90 is the transformer of the military truck world, but instead of turning into a giant robot, it morphs into whatever you need for the day. Based on the Iveco Daily, this huge 4x4 stretches over 20 feet long and towers at 9 feet high, so yeah, good luck with low bridges. It comes in 4 specs: your standard model, an ambulanza that's essentially an emergency room on wheels, the Protetto, which is decked out in armor for when things get scary, and the Torpedo. Whether it's moving troops, spying on enemy lines, or schlepping cargo, this truck's got the setup for it. Need to mount a machine gun or roll out a pop-up medical clinic in the middle of nowhere? No problem. The VM90 has seen action in hotspots like Ukraine, proving it's not just a pretty vehicle, but can handle real conflict zones. But our next assault vehicle will prove even more effective. M3 Half-Track. The M3 Half-Track is like a mullet on wheels, business up front, with 2 normal tires, party in the back with those tank-like tracks. Over 40,000 rolled out during World War II, thanks to the White Motor Company. A 30 or 50 cal machine gun sat on top, kind of like having a fire hose for a neighborhood water fight, while thin armor helped fend off smaller threats. That rear track worked miracles in the mud, letting it slosh through terrain where a regular pickup truck would get stuck, much like the next military vehicle. Ural and Kraz. The Ural 4320 has been in use since the 1970s. Based on an older Soviet design that probably saw more adventures than your favorite action villain, this 6x6 truck has tire pressure to handle rough road, making it handy for moving troops, artillery, or just about anything else you can think of. It's the kind of truck that doesn't complain when the going gets tough. Then there's the Kraz 6322 from Ukraine, which steps up the game by carrying over 10 tons and towing aircrafts at up to 75 tons. It's so sturdy that countries like the Iraqi army, they couldn't resist adding it to their fleet. These trucks have been shipped off to all sorts of places, proving that when you need to move heavy stuff, sometimes you just need a truck that won't quit. Good stuff, right? Well, just hold on till you see the next military vehicle. Iveco M250 Series. The Iveco M250 Series is a choose-your-own-adventure truck, coming in 6x6, 4x4, and 8x8 setups for armies in places like Belgium, Spain, and Italy. One day it's moving troops, the next it's lugging artillery or cargo. Crews can slap on load, handling gear or armor kits, which is handy when you don't know if you're moving boxes or dodging bullets. Even better, it fits on a C-130 plane, but the engineering marvel work still goes on with the next vehicle. Uro Vamtec S3. In the Uro Vamtec S3, you can grab it as a pickup, an enclosed cabin, or even a command center, because who doesn't like options? If you need some extra protection, just add armor plating and watch it transform into a mobile fortress. These trucks can mount rocket launchers, mortars, or machine guns. Need to move something heavy? The Vamtec can tow up to 1,500 kilograms, making it perfect for everything from moving gear to, say, an oversized cooler for those long missions. And if you're feeling fancy, you can airlift it with a Chinook helicopter or drop it by parachute, no assembly required. Whether it's cruising through Spain's landscapes or showing up in Europe, Africa, or Central America, the Vamtec S3 proves it can handle whatever you throw at it. But the next military vehicle, that comes with something different. Stryker. The Stryker is a 19-ton giant that can fit 9 passengers plus 2 crew. It comes in 10 flavors, and crews can flip from 4-wheel drive to 8-wheel drive when things get rough. You can stick heavy machine guns, grenade launchers, or missiles on top, and the V-shaped hull works. One version can even sniff out chemical or nuclear hazards and tip everyone off. It's named after 2 Medal of Honor heroes, one from World War II and another from Vietnam. Even still, this didn't come close to the next military vehicle's power. M2 Bradley fighting vehicle. The M2 Bradley, named after General Omar Bradley, rolls into the action on a fully tracked chassis that lets it dance through dirt and mud like nobody's business. Filled with a 25mm chain gun, tow missiles, and a 7.62mm machine gun, this machine is like a rolling thunderstorm, ready to rain down some serious firepower. Under the hood, a 600 horsepower Cummins diesel engine that pushes its heavy 27.6-ton frame to speeds at up to 41 miles per hour, keeping pace with the M1 Abrams. It's like trying to win a tank drag race. Plus, it's amphibious. Not only can it sprint on land, but it can also take a swim, outdoing the old M3 half-track in every way possible. But what about the next vehicle that got compared with God? M270 Multiple Rocket Launch System. The M270 is all about quick-fire chaos. Launch a bunch of rockets, then pull out before anyone can say where they go. Its 12 barrels can let loose M26 rockets carrying more than 7,700 bomblets, or surface-to-surface missiles that reach 43 miles in under 40 seconds. It can cover a square kilometer in flying surprises, which explains its special nickname, the Finger of God. Awesome, isn't it? Now, let's check out a more deadly vehicle. Mercedes-Benz Unimog. The Unimog has been around since just after World War II, showing up for over 30 countries. This 4x4 truck climbs steep hills, muddles through thick mud, and splashes across streams without breaking a sweat. You can choose different diesel engines, wheelbases, and how much they carry, turning it into a troop carrier, ambulance, cargo hauler, or light artillery tractor. Basically, it's the Swiss Army knife of trucks. Its tough frame makes it a go-to for armored builds, so you'll see a lot of versions out there. Why is the Unimog still popular? It's simple. Durable design means you can fix it up even in the middle of nowhere, proving that sometimes less really is more, especially when you're stuck off-road, just like this next dangerous military vehicle. Mrap Vehicle. The Mrap family was built to keep troops safe from roadside bombs and surprise attacks. Think of it as the military's own armored bubble. Kicking off in 2007, over 24,000 of these tough vehicles have rolled out for the US and its allies. Take the Cougar 6x6, for example. It can fit 2 crew members and 8 passengers, making it perfect for when you need to haul the whole squad, plus their gear. It can hit speeds of around 65 miles per hour and travel up to 350 miles. So, whether you're dashing to cover or just navigating rough roads, the Cougar keeps things moving smoothly. Plus, with so many models out there, it's like the Swiss Army knife of military trucks, ready for whatever comes its way. In the same way, nothing can come in the way of the next vehicle in this type of terrain. AAV-7A1 Amphibious Assault Vehicle. The AAV-7A1 is the Marines' world equivalent of a minivan, but instead of moving soccer teams, it carries 3 crew members and 21 troops, or up to 10,000 pounds of whatever you need on the battlefield. On land, it moves along at 45 miles per hour and can handle waves at up to 10 feet. The Marines use it for everything, from storming beaches to running errands like setting up checkpoints or delivering supplies. It can even change into a field ambulance when things get rough. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the next vehicle just does it better. Pinzgauer 2. The Pinzgauer 2 decided the old Austrian 4x4 model needed a serious upgrade. So, it went 6x6 with a stronger engine. Now it can move 3.8 tons, carry 14 troops, and tow guns or trailers easily. Its high cab can paddle through water at up to 1.5 meters deep, making surprise swims. With a range of 1,000 kilometers, or double that with an extra fuel tank, this truck is ready for long-distance rides. Even though it's bigger than its predecessor, it still squeezes onto Hercules or Chinook helicopters, ready to drop into action whenever needed. While it doesn't come armed for frontline battles, you can add armor or use it as an ambulance, recon unit, or mobile communications hub. The Pinzgauer 2 proves that sometimes bigger does mean better, much like our next military vehicle. M1126 Stryker Combat Vehicle. The M1126 Stryker is an 8-wheeled vehicle built to move troops faster than its tracked cousins. With a 350 horsepower engine, it can sprint at up to 62 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for a vehicle that weighs in at 19 tons. Even though it's heavy, it's still lighter than an M1 Abrams, making it easier to load onto cargo planes. Think of the Stryker as the muscle car of the military trucks. WILLYS Jeep. The WILLYS Jeep rolled onto the scene just before the US jumped into World War II, acting as the military's trusty with a need for speed. American Bantam Carco sketched out the design, and Ford crafted it. Equipped with a 60 horsepower engine that could hit 65 miles per hour, the WILLYS Jeep was the original multitasker. It laid the foundation for today's Jeep brand, proving that even in the toughest times, a little speed and a lot of grit can take you places. What are your thoughts on these big military vehicles? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming content. Also, check out these interesting videos that we have for you. See you in another one.